ikaw, kamusta?
Ayos lang. Folks, we had a 2-week break.
May mga nagme-message, akala yata nila nagka-COVID tayo.
Ay, hindi. Well, if they check our social media, no, we've been keeping busy.
Pero understandable naman kasi alam mo yun, lalo na ngayon kung biglang may mawala. Parang syempre concerned lang yung mga tao given the time that we are in. Nakakatawa lang.
Thankfully hindi. We are both fully vaxxed and
Hmm.
keeping very somewhat safe. Anong pinagkaabalahan mo during our 2-week
Nakakatawa
break?
actually, meron akong interesting na story. Kasi, so naghahanap kami ng couch lately na, hindi man couch, parang lounge chair. Kasi di ba nakapunta ka dito sa house, tapos yung yung current setup dito sa attic parang masyadong maliit na sofa.
Pang lovers. Pang
Na
lovers.
every time na we have like people over na nafe-feel ko parang kailangan ko lang ng isang maliit na sofa. So anyway, para ma-separate. So pumunta kami sa Mega Mall. So naghanap kami, tingin-tingin. Tapos by default napunta kami sa Titan kasi by the way may bago silang store sa Mega.
Talaga? Saan?
Sa SM Mega.
Hindi, saan sa
Right
Mega
at the
Mall?
fashion store. Pagbaba mo ng parking, left.
Okay.
Andun sila. Anyway, so nakakatawa lang na si Jana hindi naman siya sneakerhead, di ba? So pasok kami. Nakakatawa, nagkataon, merong Dunks doon na retail. So ako parang oh my God, parang bibilin ko ba to? Alam naman natin kung paano siya kahirap bilhin and whatever. Baka mas general release to, not sure. Pero yun nga, so medyo na ano ako. Si Jana sakto, may nakita rin siyang shoe na sobrang nakursunadahan niya. So okay, binili namin, parang no frills na nakakatuwa lang na meron sa Titan. So anyway, okay na. So medyo nakakatawa, nag-sink siya sa rabbit hole, parang overnight dun sa
Wait. Binili mo rin yung Dunks?
Binili ko na rin.
Okay.
Ganda nung deal kasi retail di ba? Alam naman natin ang hirap makakauna ng retail ngayon. Anyway,
Tapos?
so yun. So pag-uwi, so medyo na ano siya. Nakakatawa pag-uwi, titignan niya yung shoe. Parang, ganda nito Tapos yung swoosh, pinalace swap pa niya right at the store. Kasi sabi niya, may purple laces din na envision ko, purple dapat to So pinapalit. So natuwa siya pagtingin niya, uy wow, ganyan. Anyway, pag uwi sa bahay, medyo na rabbit hole siya, nagtitingin pa siya. So ano pa mga ibang lalabas? So nakita niya, uy sakto may lalabas bukas na parang Jordan 4 ng which was kahapon. Ako naman parang tingnan ako sa StockX. Medyo mababa yung resale. Feeling ko di yan ganun ka mauubusan. So tinry namin sneakers app. Malamang talo. Tinry namin, pumunta kami sa Titan. So basically, the whole day, tinry namin tumingin-tingin. Tapos nafe-feel niya, nakikita ko sa kanya na parang slowly na-anguish na siya. Tapos alam mo yun, parang nawawalan na talaga siya ng loob.
Nabibigo na.
Nabibigo na.
Unti-unting nabibigo.
So at the end of the day, wala rin talaga. Hindi rin talaga siya nakuha. Pero yung sabi ko sa kanya, na parang,
pero anong shoe yun? Jordan?
Normal lang, Jordan 4 na maganda lang yung color.
Jordan 4.
Kakulay niya yung off-white kasi. Kaya medyo Pero nakakatawa lang na nakikita mo nagde-develop yung love for it. Tapos nahirapan siya.
Anong size ba ng paa niya?
5, which is easy to get.
Madali yun. So ano yan? Kids? O sa ano na?
Kahit kids pwede siya
May
Kahit
kids diba? Subukan mo hanapin
Kaya
sa
nga
kids.
sabi ko sa kanya, basta hanap lang tayo ng hanap. Makakahanap tayo.
Mas mura yung sa kids
Oo.
Diba?
Pero
Jordan
nakakatawa lang
4?
na yung buong day namin, dapat rin titingin ako ng couch. Pero naging hinanap na namin yung sapatos.
Sneaker hunting na.
Oo, natuwa rin ako. Na easily maisip ko na, grabe, ang hassle. Syempre, gusto ko mahanap makakita ng more couches, ganun. But nakakatuwa na anytime, yung taking ko from it is anytime maka-share ka ng passion mo na nagets ng tao, parang nakakatuwa talaga. Diba? Parang, I guess sa music, ganun din.
So sneakerhead na siya instant ngayon?
Medyo ngayon kasi andun siya sa point na, kung ganito pala kahirap, baka mahirap. Nito sabi ko sa kanya, ganun din yung feeling ko. Lahat tayo, ganun yung feeling. Diba? Kaya nga gusto natin Kung imagine mo kung nanalo ka, di mas matamis, diba? Yung feeling. Ganun. So nakakatawa lang na parang medyo nagkaroon ng frenzy sa kanya na medyo na-depress pa siya konti. As in legit depressed talaga na, 'pag nababanggit niya or may vlogger na nakita niya nakakuha, nalulungkot siya. Sabi ko, imagine mo yung feeling ko, every sneaker na lumabas wala akong nakukuha, Travis Scott, ganyan. Wala eh. It's part of the game. So, nakakatuwa lang.
Speaking of
Yeah,
Travis
yeah,
Scott,
yeah. Oo.
pinakinggan mo na ba yung
Yun, yung
Donda?
Donda. Ay, which one? Yung
Donda,
Donda? Ikaw,
yung
what do
album.
you think? What do you think?
Underwhelmed ako eh. Hindi ko alam, parang hindi siya cohesive.
Yung take ko sa kanya, parang kailangan mo ma-capture yung moment na gusto mo siya pakinggan. Parang hindi mo pwedeng, hindi siya anytime ear candy na, ito maganda to, or kung medyo nababad trip ka, you can play it sa car. Magaganon ka kung feeling ko lang nagkaroon ka na ng personal experience, tapos narinig mo siya, tapos, oy, okay yun ah. And then you married the visual or the idea that you saw or thought of with the song. More of ganon. Kaya, for me, comparing kasi kay Drake lumabas din eh. Diba? Yung
Ay, hindi ko pa
certified.
narinig. Hindi ko
Oo.
pa narinig yung kay Drake.
Compared kay Drake, yung Certified Lover Boy. Yung Certified Lover Boy, kahit sa gitna, i-play mo, maintindihan mo na, okay, ito yung nangyayari. Kay Kanye, pag biglang i-post mo sa rap album ba to? Ano nangyayari dito? Which is, I think, yun talaga yung what Kanye wants us to, to be polarizing, but at the same time, pero for me, honestly, may gems talaga dun sa
Of
loob.
course, meron.
Hindi lang,
Pero as a whole, parang ano lang eh, na parang,
medyo
ano ba?
tama yung sinabi ni Kuwayo kasi may group kami, nag-uusap nag-post si Jano, what do you guys think? Ganyan, ako kakadrop lang nung Donda. Well, just for discussion. Sabi ni Kuwayo, for me, medyo laborious pakinggan yung album. Which is, nagigets ko talaga. Na parang, kaya ako, the way I listen to it, in portions ko siya pinakinggan. Kasi sabi ko, ayoko i-judge. Kunyari, medyo pagod na yung tenga ko. Baka ayoko na marinig tong sound na to eh. Tapos ma-judge ko na pangit yung concept. Parang ganun.
Hindi naman ako napangitan. Hindi lang ako na...
Tedious nga eh. Tsaka medyo self-indulging. Pero wala eh. Kanye.
As opposed to, narinig ko yung bagong Gorillaz EP, gusto.
Yeah.
Instantly gusto ko. Or yung pinag-usapan natin a few episodes ago, si Halsey. Finally, ni-release na ganda. Maganda yung album. Tapos kausap ko rin si Direk Juno kanina. Although hindi ko pa natutukan, sabi niya pakinggan ko daw yung bagong Billie Eilish. Pero the past 2 weeks or the whole week, ang sounds ko dub. Dahil namatay si Lee Perry eh. Idol
Yeah. Lee Scratch Perry.
Oo. Si Juno nagpadala dito ng bagong monitors. Tapos kailangan...
Anong klase?
Focal.
Wow.
Nagpadala sila dito. Tapos sabi ni Juno, kailangan mo i-burn in. Sabi ko, ano yung burn in? Kailangan mo i-play para physically gumalaw yung components para yung drivers. Mga 100 hours. So iniiwan ko lang siyang naka-playlist ng ng dub and reggae. So,
yung dub may may mga dub na may halong drum and bass na dub, ganun.
Hindi, yung luma eh. Actually, mas type ko yung luma eh. Yung analog na mixing na, anyway.
Yung console, yung instrument nila.
Yes.
Echo.
Tsaka space echo. Tsaka reverb.
Yeah, tapos yung isang hit, tang.
Tapos, ang tawag dito, the past, while we were taking a break, may mga tinapos akong project or tinuloy. Yung Party Pace album, EP with Echo Bajau and John Apura. So minix namin nung isang araw, tapos may one song kasi una nilatag yung drums, 'di ba? Nung na-mix na, hindi gusto ni Bajau yung tunog ng snare, hindi bagay sa song in his mind. So nire-record niya sa ibang studio. Sa dyan, malapit sa bahay mo. So this is where we make music, where they make the
Yeah.
dugdug pak
Yeah.
recordings.
Kay
Ni-record niya.
JR Habla, tama ba?
Yes, kay JR. So, minix namin yun. Nung minix naman namin, ibang-iba naman yung tunog. Parang galing sa ibang album. Yung tunog.
Ang laki talagang bagay ng drums. Although, isipin mo
Oo
na, it's just a snare. Pero yung tone, kahit na yung, basta, it
So,
makes,
ito naman, tama na yung tunog ng snare, pero yung buong kit, ibang-iba. Ibang-iba sobra ng malayo sa set. For a band recording. So, nung nagbabike kami ni Shinji nung gagawin mamaya. Sabi niya, wala naman. Pwede kami mag-record. Dude, in 30 minutes, napapunta ako si Echo and si Bajao kina Shinji. Tinake niya ng one take.
Nire-record nyo?
Nire-record for the second time yung drums.
Ibang drum set yung gamit? Ganun ba?
Well, yung set ni Shinji. Kasi kay Shinji naman ni-record yung rest of the songs eh. So wala lang, parang ang daming, kasi parang tinotroubleshoot na namin sa mix eh. Tapos nakakalimang mix na kami, hindi pa rin namin gusto. Parang, I think we don't have to fix it in the mix. Let's just play it again with the proper, 'di ba, equipment and drums kasi, 'di ba? Anyway, yun. And then, nag-launch din yung show ni Jigger ng Lockdown. Yung
podcast?
Yes.
Road
yung
test.
nagda-drive.
Yeah.
Road test. Road test. Nakwento ko ba sa'yo yan?
Yeah.
So, si Jigger pumunta dito sa bahay, humihinging technical advice on how to record two people in a car. Sabi ko, well, kay Corden, I can see 3 or 4. Dalawa sa harap, one for each guest, host and guest. And then sa gitna for a 2-shot. And then sometimes meron sa likod. Depende kung may ibang kasama. Sabi ko, well, meron akong mount ng GoPro sa kotse ko for the all-ride show. So, subukan natin. Tapos, minount namin yung phone niya. Sabi ko, I've never tried the audio kasi hindi naman ako nagsasalita while filming. Cellphone lang, pare. Cellphone niya, dun sa where you usually put the Waze. Ni-record. Yun yung audio recorder, isang GoPro. After a few days, binalikan niya na ako. Tapos sabi niya, Rayms, pwede ka ba mag-host? Sabi ko, anong gagawin? Tatanungin mo lang sila about their new singles. Sabi ko, game. So eventually, sana, nasa YouTube channel siya ng ng Lockdown. Eventually, yata ipapalabas din nila sa akin. So I've been busy dun sa dalawa. Well, actually, na-record na yun last month pa or 2 months ago. Ngayon lang nila nilabas. Happy birthday. Birthday ni Diego Mapa. Belated happy birthday sa'yo. And do you have,
Diego. Red horse tayo pag pwede na.
Pare, ganito. So, nagpagawa akong bike kahapon sa QC. Birthday ni Diego Mapa. Tapos, nalaman ko nga kasi pinost niya na wala siyang beer na Red Horse. Dinalan ko siya kasi sa Marikina, walang Pag nagpagawa ko eh. May shoutouts ka ba?
Meron. Actually, marami.
Okay, simulan mo na.
Wait lang. Speaking of birthdays rin pala.
Belated happy birthday to you.
Ay, hindi. Okay. Pero,
nagkita tayo. Hanggang anong oras kayo nun?
Kasi natin, ano nga ba? Maaga lang kasi medyo di ba? May curfew tayo.
Yes.
Hindi. Anyways, yung guest kasi natin, birthday niya today or kahapon. Pero nasa English siya so I'm not sure.
We will greet her when she comes in.
Sige.
Start.
I'll just bring up the
wait, before we do the shoutouts, sabihin na lang natin na pag may pa-shoutout kayo sa Instagram na lang ng Offstage. Pwede yun,
Okay lang rin naman sa comments.
Kasi natatabunan eh. Sa YouTube natatabunan, sa Instagram ko natatabunan din.
Pero we'll just we'll do our best to cover everything na lang.
Yes, pero para sure ball sa comments ng Instagram ng Offstage, tama?
Oo. Pero for me, for the algorithm, comment na lang rin sila sa comments para
sa YouTube.
Oo, para
Okay,
astig.
so ikaw magche-check nun, ha? Yun nga yun, eh. 'Di ba?
Andito na ako ngayon, andito na ako ngayon.
Okay.
Okay, sige. So, start tayo sa shoutout kay Sir Lemon Dens. Sarap. 2 weeks ago pa 'to, 'tong mga nagpapa-shoutout. So, look, sarap ng kwentuhan. Iba talaga kausap si Lord. Looking forward sa part 2. Pa-shoutout, Repin from Camarines North, Caloocan. Keep safe everyone. Actually, sabihin ko rin para mas okay, mas ma-mention natin sila is sana i-post nila kung saan sila nanonood from yung city. Okay, so next is what the heck. Siguro we'll just do a couple and then maybe we can do the rest some on the next batch or sa
We'll
next
do a
episode.
shoutout episode.
Pwede, sabay na rin sa Q&A natin. So, this is mostly dun kay episode ni Lord. So, yun. Looking forward for the next episode with Sir Lord from What the Heck. Thanks Sir Rayms and Sir Daren. Nawawala bagot ko sa work while listening to your podcast. Pa-shoutout naman. So, yun yung mga sobrang astig na mga naririnig ko pag nababasa ko, parang lalong nakakagana. So, next is Jesus Christian de Mesa. Sobrang nabitin ako. Gusto ko pa tumambay, sarap ng kwentuhan. Ang lupit mo, Lord. Props as well kay Sir Rayms and Daren. Yung mga questions nyo, hindi basura. Salamat. Mind-blowing talaga. Pa-shoutout sa next episode. Jay watching from Montalban, Rizal. Astig. Salamat, Jay. Next is... pasensya na. Ayan. From Nave Polido. Parang ang talino ng tao na to. I agree. Sana ganyan din kalalim yung pag-iisip ko. Nice episode, Sir Rayms and Sir Daren. Salamat. Ulol Pulgas. Pa-shoutout naman next episode, Idol Rayms and Daren. Recently ko lang napanood ng podcast nyo. Sarap pakinggan passively habang nag-work. Sinimulan ko episode 1 hanggang latest episode ngayon. Oy, astig. Siguro yung mga iba, we'll go through them we'll do an episode.
I have a couple.
Sige.
Billy and Enzo from San Pedro, Laguna. And Ken Javier from Marikina. Yan. Okay. So, sa YouTube comments and Instagram ng Offstage para hindi matabunan.
Tsaka I think, gawa rin tayo siguro ng parang isa pang Q&A episode somewhere down the line. So we can take time and, interact with the...
Actually, naipon yung guests natin ano?
Ha?
Yung nakapila nating guests naipon kasi nagpahinga tayo. Next week. Pag-usapan na natin yung guest natin next week.
Next week? Or ngayon, this episode?
Hindi, yung para next week. In case may questions sila.
Ah.
Tama ba yun?
Yeah, pwede. Actually, yung next episode, yung scheduled natin for next week na interview natin, which will be airing after this episode, is Jay-Hoon.
Jay-Hoon of Kwan.
Of Kwan. So, guys, kung meron kayong mga questions about Kwan, anything, or about drums, kay Jay-Hoon.
Jay-Hoon has a new EP or single?
May project. I'm not sure kung nasa single or EP stage, but he has a new hip-hop project. I think Lockdown rin ang magmaman.
Yes, si Jigger reached out to us.
Astig.
At Jay-Hoon.
Lakas ni Jigger.
Oo nga eh. Nandiyan na ba ang guest natin?
Yeah, andito na.
Okay. You wanna do the
intros? So sabi ko nga, speaking of birthdays, birthday nung guest rin natin, I'm not sure if it's yesterday or today. So this week we are joined by the bassist of the Ransom Collective. She just released her new single 4th of July. So for episode 39, please welcome Leah Halili.
Hello.
Hi Leah, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are you exactly right now?
Right now, I am at Mountain View, California.
Wow.
I just came from a 4-hour drive from where I'm really from, which is Redding. So, SoCal, NorCal, tapos down south, but 4-hour drive, yeah.
when did you move to America City? I remember seeing you at the bike playground pa eh, 'di ba? Last
Oh,
year.
yeah, that was like, parang yun na yung ano ko eh, last few weeks in the Philippines. I was like trying to make the most of it, seeing as many people as I could. And then it's been 6 months, I've been here 6 months. So yeah.
For vacation or for good?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay.
I am
Good discussion
I
pala
am
yan.
working. I am working.
So, bakit ka nag-move to the US? Why the sudden why did you feel the need to change?
Um well, the pandemic happened.
Okay.
So I guess with the gigs being, wala, like the last show that we had as a band, it was for my sister's wedding. And then I remember, we all went to Siargao like that weekend or that week. And then nasa Siargao kami when Duterte announced
Mhm.
lockdown.
Mm.
So,
So
oh.
so
Mm.
parang we all got home. I I got COVID. I believe
Mm.
I had COVID.
Ah.
Yeah. And because the rest of the people I was with in that trip also had COVID. And that was the time no one knew, what to
What
do.
COVID was?
Yeah. So I just stayed at home with body pains, coughing, but still singing every day online.
Did you go to the hospital pa? No na.
No, no. I think I wanted to, because I have relatives who are doctors. They were really recommending to stay home and to observe how I felt. And although it was foreign to me, the virus, with the body pains and all that, parang I told my parents, I'll just stay home and stay away from everyone. I'll
Mm.
just drink all the medication I can and try to get better. So I did.
So, at least ngayon may antibodies ka na.
Oh
Kahit
my.
walang na pandemic, di mo na kailangan mag-lockdown.
Well, they said, I don't know kung yung antibodies na yun, like it lasts for a couple of months or what,
Yeah,
but
yeah. That's what they're saying.
nagpa-vaccine. Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about your latest project.
Yes, well, when I moved here, I guess because I started working as a preschool teacher, and starting this project has always been a dream of mine, and I guess it was an outlet for me to just write and write. And I was looking for a producer, looking for people to work with, but I wanted it all to be people from the Philippines.
So
Because
you worked on it there in the States or here pa?
yes, I worked on it here.
Mm.
So I guess it's all old songs that I just recorded on my phone, and then when I moved here, I just decided, like, why don't I use the extra time that I have to work on it? And so yeah, I was able to release a single um entitled 4th of July. I released it on the 4th of July. And I'm currently working on more singles and hopefully an EP, like a full EP. So yeah.
There's another one. There's another song.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like that song was I didn't work on that in the States, but I worked like it's a collaboration between the ringmaster and I and si Fran. We've been working on it for more than a year, to 2 years na ata.
Who is the ringmaster?
Si Francis,
Okay.
si Fran, yeah.
Yung, yung
See,
album mo had Carlos Castaño and QWERTY, right, on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
But
yeah, Pat, I asked I was asking Carlos like, ano ba, game ka ba? Work together? Because I think like I was I was looking for a producer who like kind of had the same vibe as what I was going for, and at that time like I wanted to make a song that's super like Jason Mraz vibe. And I was talking to Pat Sarabia about it. Sabi ko, Pat, I'm looking for a producer who's like, super GV lang na. Sabi niya, tanong mo si Carlos ganyan. So si Carlos Castaño, he was the one who was super willing to work on the song with me. And then I also asked Princess Ibanez to play the violin, and Pat Sarabia on drums, and John Apura on guitar. So it's just like random people who are willing to help out, but I super appreciated every single one of them, and I hope to work with more artists
How's the
with my next.
process? Parang working from abroad and
It
everyone
was
else is here. How's the recording and the production process?
yeah, a lot of late nights. Um, I had to stay up. I had to wake up in the middle of the night to have meetings, and I tried to be there for the recordings. Like, because Pat had to record in the studio, Princess had to record violin in the studio, and I would try to be awake or stay awake until 12 midnight here, because that would be 12, 1, 2, 3, 3 p.m. there where you guys are. So it was a lot of long nights, but worth it naman. And I know like, it made it more exciting to trust the artist that was working on helping me work on my music. I learned to trust people and to just let them know like I trust your artistry, your talent, and I know it's gonna sound great.
What studio in the Philippines did they record? Is it different
um
studios or one lang?
it's one studio. This is where I make
Oh,
music.
okay. The one in Green
Yeah.
Hills. Yes.
Green Hills, yeah. So, and at the same time, when I recorded my vocals, I was choosing either to record it in a professional studio here in America, which is, way
Expensive.
I think expensive. I was like, oh, and then,
How's the, ano
and
yung difference ng experience recording doon, dyan, or dito?
well, so I didn't record in a professional studio. I
Hmm.
recorded at home in my room, and I tried to make friends with people in the in music stores. As funny story, I met I met a person, or I met a guy in a music store here in Reading, because I walked in a studio, in the music shop with a Fender shirt, looking super depressed, like like missing playing gigs so much. And he just looked at me and said, "You look really sad. Like, what's up?" And then I said, "Oh, I just miss playing shows. I miss my bass, I miss my guitar." And he was super kind. He was so kind. He was kind enough to like lend me a guitar, a bass. Ang as you
Did he
say,
work in the music store?
he worked in a music store, but at the same time, before COVID, he used to travel, and he would set up the stages for Warp Tours. So
Wow.
he lived in Texas, Austin. He lived there, like setting up stages and stuff. So nakakatawa lang yung kwento kasi nakwento ko na. Nag-try ako mag-online date, and then like hindi kami, but we never talk. Like we
Mm.
swipe, and then he swiped, and then he said, "Oh, I think I know you because your profile was so interesting that you're a bassist and all that." But we never spoke online. So it's like we swiped. So
Eh,
we became really good friends after, which is so funny.
Destiny.
Yeah, and ayun, so he helped me, every time I record stuff, like I'd send it over to him and he would give me like tips and stuff. And kahit even just lending me like a pop filter and a mic stand. Super bait niya. So yun.
What did you use to record? Like a
I brought
laptop,
with
ganun.
me, yeah. So I have a laptop and I brought with me condenser mic and so yun, talagang home studio vibe. And there was actually one time that I did a Zoom recording with Carlos Castaño na he was like on the Zoom call and he was listening to me record my vocals. So nandun lang siya nakikinig. And then ako like, okay, I'm gonna sing the verses na ha. And then it's like, it sounds good, it sounds good. Okay, next part. And then so it was so he was like preparing. He's like, okay, I did this once with Jonoy. Medyo awkward, but we'll make it work. And then I was like, okay. I was so nervous, but then it was so easy after like we were like, oh, it was okay lang naman para like it wasn't so awkward.
Speaking of shows, of playing shows, how's Ransom?
Well, we're okay. We haven't had a show um in more than a year, but everyone in the band I guess seems okay, and I still am able to talk to everyone. And
Three of you released songs on the same
yeah,
month?
I
Or
know.
like,
Magkakasunod yata.
Parang ganun kami, like ganun. Like
Oo.
nauna si Lily, so si Lily Music, Alay, and then sumunod ako. And then now it's Muri. So I'm sandwiched between like the Gonzalez girls. Um but yeah, it's been fun like doing our own solo projects, and at the same time like kind of having that bond, and with Germs also helping us.
did Germs
Um
play in your album?
n- no, but she's always just there like cheering for us. And I believe she hosted Maria Muri's release for her music video. Parang she had an online video release. And then but we always talk about collaborating, like having to add vocals with each other. I wanted Germs to do percussion pa with the song, but I was like pressed for time with the song kasi I wanted to release it on the 4th of July. But the four girls, we've been working really hard on music. We really want to, release our own stuff and to write our own things and just to express ourselves in our way. So yeah, it's been really fun and exciting for everyone.
Ano yung experience kasi sa Ransom Collective, you play bass, right? And then
Mhm.
here you're singing, you're playing guitar, or you're doing the songwriting lahat. So what was your musical journey growing up? Did you really parang dati pa marunong ka na mag-guitar? Did you sing before?
So actually, my first instrument was the piano, which I never took seriously. My parents just my mom had a cousin who taught the piano, and I regret not taking it seriously when I was young. Tinatakasan ko pa siya. Kasi, upo kayo dyan, learn the notes. So I was like, no, I mean, that time I was just this kid who just wanted to play outside. So I did learn a few notes on the piano and how to play like Old MacDonald had a farm. But then I realized like I really love performing, and my parents encouraged me to perform all the time. So any kind of karaoke or sing along Disney, lagi akong nakatapat sa TV just singing along and just singing and dancing. And I wanted to be a pop star when I was like very young.
Stig.
And then I wanted to learn the guitar because I wanted to sing I wanted to play the guitar while singing. So then I picked that up and I learned it very quickly. So I bought myself my own acoustic guitar when I was like I believe I was maybe 10 or something. But yeah, I just kept on trying to learn instruments. I tried to learn the ukulele, and then the bass. I learned it on the first month of being part of the band. So
So they
yeah,
hired you without knowing that you couldn't play bass yet?
they
How did
didn't
the
they
band
didn't
come
hire me.
together?
They didn't hire. Yung band, we were just all friends who wanted to jam and wanted to
Was this from school?
perform from school. Yeah, we wanted to join Battle of the Bands, basically. And I was initially a backup singer, and I played the tambourine, and I was just, like I can be I can do perks here, I can do tambourine, I can harmonize. But we were at first Ransom would like we would switch instruments between songs, and we think it was cool na parang, oh, we're the band that switches instruments in between songs. And then it got really difficult during, longer sets where we'd have to like move around the stage and set up everything, yung kahit yung straps, or and it would get complicated. So we sat down and said we need to have our own instruments. We need to own those instruments. Leah, you can play the guitar, you can play bass, you're the bassist. So I'm like,
So
okay,
you
I'm
were
gonna learn that.
assigned. You were
I
assigned the
was
bass.
I was assigned, but I said, okay, I can play the guitar, and I'm gonna learn the bass, and I want to learn the bass. I want to play the bass. Cause that time when we were starting, I only knew how to play bass for one song, and I said, okay, this is fun. I love it. I love the bass, and I love like just working with a drummer and just having that, yo, we got this. Tayo talaga yung ano ng band, like foundation, like whew. So it's like the teamwork. It was like okay, and then I don't know. I just I just learned it, and I wanted to do my best for the band, and now I'm glad that I know all these instruments, and yeah, in a sign.
What school
Hmm,
did you guys
we're
come
all,
from?
we're all from UP. Yeah,
Mm.
all from UP.
Same course?
So
No. Same org?
no, nope, nope. Just mutual friends. See, Germs, she's the only one who's the same course as me. So kami ni Germs, kami yung magka-course. And then the rest, different batches, different um courses.
Who named the band?
Um, it was I guess we named it together. Like we were talking about how we were such a big kind of at that time we were a big band kasi hindi pa masyadong madami yung mga hindi pa uso yung uso wow, hindi yung six piece talaga parang it was like grabe na punong-puno yung stage. So parang I guess we are a collective of people with different stories, different walks of life, and we're like okay, Ransom Collective, yun na, yun na lang. Yung mga ganong
So
stories.
yung last name rin ba nung singer niyo is really Ransom, or is that just a nickname?
Yeah, it's really Ransom.
Ransom talaga? Astig ah.
Yeah.
Ang galing.
Pero parang natuwa din kami na biglang, parang bands, people started calling us TRC. Kasi parang, I like the TRC shortcut. I like yung mabilisan lang. Tsaka pag nakikita mo sa route, yung TRC, di ba?
Kayo pala yung TRC.
Kami.
Because in my generation, TRC was a punk label. It was
Oh,
Twisted Red
okay.
Cross.
Ah.
TRC, it's a punk night en route. Where's the punk? Sorry.
Can you talk to us about yung experience sa Wonderland from forming the band, and then diba, that was I think one of your breaks performing in Wonderland?
Yeah, it was actually parang to us it felt like we really didn't know anything about the music scene that time. Parang we were the underdogs. We just we were just this band who just wanted to play, and at we're grateful na at that time parang we were the kind of music, I guess, that the judges were looking for to play in a festival like Wonderland. So when we had the first Wonder Band, parang yun yung, I guess it was the pivot, it was the pivot point of us as the band. Na this started everything. And we didn't of course we didn't expect to be chosen, because we were up against a lot of really, good bands and bands that have been playing in the industry for quite some time. And but we did work hard on it, and we're just grateful for that opportunity, and everything, and every opportunity that happened afterwards. And even working with Rayms sa Coke Studio, like those things are like
Oh
the
yeah, we did
highlight.
Coke Studio. Is
Yeah, yeah.
is Raymond Fabul still managing the band?
Um,
Ray
right
Fab.
now, Ray Fab, right now. We're
Ikaw.
actually, I think we're on a hiatus right
Okay.
now. Our band decided na parang, yeah, I guess it's all the pandemic stuff going on, and us realizing na us as individuals want to work on our own music. And I guess it's in a way growing up, now you realize you do want to work on your own solo stuff, and it wasn't, um you've been keeping it to yourself when you were in a band, because you wanted to work with a group, you wanted to work together. But then with this pandemic, with the pandemic happening, it's like we all as individuals realize we can do our own thing, we want to try. At the same time, it doesn't mean that, like we want to support each other as much as we can. And that's what happened. And some of us are living in different countries, like especially like I'm here, and then like Lily and Moo, they're also out of the country. Germs is, back and forth. Zambales, Manila. So parang it's just time and growth, and I guess it's just all of those things. And it's just been a very exciting journey for every one of us in the band.
Before the pandemic, I would get an inquiry every few months about your band. Because sabi ko, what? Sabi ko, can we book Ransom? And I'm like, no, I'm not managing Ransom. Kasi si Raymond Fabul
Oh,
is also called
Ah,
Rayms. So every few months, I'd get a random
oh my
text
god.
from a promoter
So
parang,
funny.
I think
ah,
you're looking for the other Rayms. So
Oh.
growing up, what kind of music did you listen to? Besides the
Oh.
Disney, I know you listen to a lot of Disney.
Everyone
You
knows.
still do
And
a
now
lot of covers on
everyone
your
knows.
Instagram.
Well, I wish to do more. I hope I could do more, but yeah. Well, besides the Disney, yeah, I did listen to a lot of jazz growing up. Um, Billie Holiday, Daren, Louis Armstrong. My parents both listened to. Well, my mom listened to a lot of 80s music, so I'd always wake up to listen to hearing that, because I used to, when I was young, I used to sleep in my parents' room. So it's like pagising ko, yun, 80s music. My dad naman, he introduced me to blues, to like old school, rock. And um but laking Disney talaga ako eh, and laking laking pop, as in I'm not ashamed of
What kind
loving
of pop
pop.
did you like on
Ah,
your own?
Taylor Swift.
hmm.
Did you watch her? Have you seen her live?
No, and
What?
I regret. So ako, I'm very
She played the
I'm
Moa, right?
yeah, and I regret not watching a lot. After, ever since this is my realization during the pandemic cycle. Why did I not watch concerts? Like my first concert was with my dad, Neo.
Ah.
And then I watched a few more, but then like pop, parang I realized, shucks,
What
grabe,
shows
yung live,
what live
yeah.
shows have made a parang impact on you? Because Ransom has a
Um,
pretty like happening live show. You guys are so fun on stage.
Oh, true.
well, actually, so like the shows that I remember the most watching were the shows that I watched um because our band, we went to like a few countries like, Malaysia, Indonesia, and India. So
Oh,
I
wow.
would say that the shows that have made an impact on my life would be the shows that we would watch dun sa mga world music festivals, because the artists are just like no other
Ano
artist
yung
in
experience
the
sa India? Ano yung
yung nag in yung nag-India
grabe.
kami parang like what. And then the artists that they invited from Greece, from Spain, and from all these countries, and they're just world music talaga, and
Wow.
the like the biggest Indian pop artists in India, they were there performing, and all the Indians were just dancing, and we were part of that. So it's like you see all these musicians loving music, and music is life talaga, and you can't help but to get inspired by that. So
Which city in India yung napuntahan niyo?
we went to India twice actually. We got
Wow.
invited twice. So
Oh,
the first time we went to New Delhi and Jaipur, and the second time we went to Udaipur and Rajasthan, and it was just a whole
yeah.
road trip na yeah, road trip talaga siya.
Speaking
So
about
yun.
adventures, I think it's pretty obvious sa IG mo that you're a very parang adventurous person. Nakita ko that you do rock climbing rin as a hobby. So, ano yung
Yeah.
parang what do you get out of that na parang does it help sa having time away from music? Does it help you focus or meditate? What's the importance of having a hobby like that?
Well, it actually inspires me, especially being out nature. Parang it inspires me to write more, to have uh besides music being an outlet. It's like going on those trips and exercising and getting out there. It's a good balance, and I'm sure like Rames would understand then with your love for biking, because
Mm.
there's something about biking that just makes me feel so free. It's really freeing to just bike, on your own or with a group, and getting to a destination and feeling the fresh air, and yeah, just and feeling good about yourself then with the exercise that you get from biking. So all those outdoor activities I love so much. Yeah.
Nagtuturo ka rin, 'di ba? Like you teach?
Yeah, I'm a preschool teacher. So I teach children ages 2 to 6 every day.
Sig.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are your future plans for your music?
Yeah, so um during the start of the year I recorded a few demos, and I haven't gotten the chance to work on them and really focus on them because of work and trying to move and all that. But my plan is to finish an EP or an album. I really want to be able to post a lot of content and to build like this, you know, to build this music, ano ba? To build on this music project that I have na um I really like kasi yung mga concept album. So I want to be able to think about what content I'm gonna be posting. Na it's not just song after song after song. I wanted to be I wanted to have a strategy of some sort. So I guess at this point I'm still trying to learn from every person that I know in the scene, and ask all the questions that I wanna ask and also give myself time to do all these things and assess everything, because I don't want to just post and or like release something that is like half finished or something
Where
like
can
that.
people find you and your music?
They can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook, facebook.com/Leah Halili Music, LeahHhalili Music, and I have Twitter also, and I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, most social media accounts. Spotify,
Mhm.
Spotify.
All I was just saying thank you for spending time with us and happy birthday.
Sure.
Have fun over there. Have a good weekend.
Thank you guys. Thank you for having me. Have
Good
a
luck
good
for the
weekend.
end of the year.
Thank you so much.